Nobody wakes up one day unable to think clearly. It happens quietly, one habit at a time, one distraction at a time, one shortcut at a time, until focusing feels difficult, deep thinking feels exhausting, and your mind becomes more reactive than reflective. The frightening part? Most people never notice it's happening because the habits causing the damage have become normal. Some are even encouraged by modern life. Here are 10 habits silently destroying your ability to think. Habit 1. Never thinking deeply. Most people don't have a knowledge problem, they have a thinking problem. Every day they consume opinions, consume news, consume videos, consume information about information, yet they rarely stop to think, really think, not react, not scroll, not agree, think. They know what everyone else believes, but they don't know what they believe. Because independent thought requires something modern life rarely provides: attention. A mind that only consumes becomes crowded. A mind that thinks becomes powerful. The ability to think deeply is becoming rare, and rare things become valuable. Habit 2. Living on autopilot. Here's a dangerous question. When was the last time you did something differently? Most people wake up at the same time, take the same route, think the same thoughts, have the same conversations, repeat the same routines, then wonder why life feels stuck. The brain is an adaptation machine. It grows through challenge, through surprise, through novelty. But when every day becomes a copy of yesterday, the brain stops paying attention. And when attention disappears, growth follows. A predictable life often creates a predictable mind. Habit 3. Fearing silence. The modern world has a strange addiction. It cannot tolerate silence. Waiting in line? Phone. Eating alone? Phone. Walking somewhere? Phone. Bored for 5 seconds? Phone. People run from silence as though it were dangerous, but silence is where the brain does some of its most important work. It's where ideas connect, where insights emerge, where creativity is born, where self-awareness grows. A distracted mind receives information, a quiet mind creates it, and those are very different abilities. Habit 4. Constant dopamine stimulation. Your brain was never designed for this. Endless videos, endless notifications, endless entertainment, endless novelty. For the first time in human history, stimulation is available every second of every day. And the brain loves it at first. But eventually, the reward system begins to change. Normal life starts feeling boring. Books feel slow. Work feels painful. Learning feels exhausting. Not because those things changed, because your brain did. The more stimulation you consume, the less tolerance you develop for effort, and effort is where growth lives. Habit 5. Multitasking. Multitasking feels intelligent, it looks productive, it sounds impressive. It's also one of the fastest ways to destroy focus. The brain doesn't multitask, it task switches, and every switch comes with a cost: a little energy lost, a little focus lost, a little attention lost. Do that hundreds of times per day, and the result is predictable. You become busy, but not effective. Occupied, but not productive. Mentally active, but mentally scattered. Habit 6. Sleep deprivation. Many people treat sleep as an obstacle, something to sacrifice, something to reduce, something to cheat. The brain disagrees. While you sleep, your mind is not shutting down. It's rebuilding itself, organizing memories, strengthening neural pathways, clearing waste, repairing damage, improving learning. Every hour of lost sleep is a tax on tomorrow's thinking, and eventually the bill arrives. Habit 7. Information obesity. People are drowning in information but starving for wisdom. Every day brings more content, more opinions, more advice, more experts, more knowledge, yet many people feel more confused than ever. Because knowledge isn't power. Applied knowledge is power. Undigested information becomes mental clutter. The problem isn't what you're consuming. The problem is that you're consuming faster than you're understanding. Habit 8. Chronic stress. Stress changes the way you think. Literally. When the brain believes survival is at risk, it shifts priorities. Long-term planning becomes difficult. Creativity declines. Focus weakens. Decision-making becomes reactive. The brain stops asking, "What can I build?" and starts asking, "How do I survive?" A mind trapped in survival mode rarely reaches its full potential. Habit 9. Outsourcing thinking. Technology is becoming smarter. The question is, are we becoming smarter with it or lazier because of it? Need directions? GPS. Need an answer? Search. Need an idea? AI. Need a memory? Your phone remembers for you. Convenience is powerful, but convenience has a hidden cost. Abilities that aren't used eventually weaken. The brain grows through effort, not dependency. Habit 10. Avoiding difficult things. This habit sits beneath all the others. Avoiding difficulty, avoiding discomfort, avoiding effort, avoiding challenge. The brain wants efficiency. It naturally seeks the easiest path. But the easiest path rarely leads to growth. Every skill, every breakthrough, every achievement, every transformation exists behind some form of difficulty. The moment you stop challenging your mind stops becoming stronger. The greatest threat to your ability to think isn't a lack of intelligence. It's the habits you repeat without questioning. Because your brain is always adapting, always changing, always learning from what you repeatedly do. Every distraction trains it. Every challenge trains it. Every habit shapes it. The question is not whether your mind is being programmed. It is. The question is, who is doing the programming? You or your habits? Because the mind you have tomorrow is being built by the choices you make today.